Alright, so now how to create clients inside FieldCam. And when I say creating clients, it's just not about entering some basic details. It's creating clients with their profiles, their history, notes on them, every single thing that we want to track on them, how you can set up that, and also track like service logs, internal notes, etc. for them. So the best way to create clients inside FieldCam is either navigate to the clients from the sidebar, or you can just do Command K, create a client. Like these are some two fast, efficient ways through which the pop-up of creating client will appear on the screen. So let's say if we go on the My Clients and say add a client, then over here what you will see is it will ask you for the basic details, of course. So for the first step of the creation process, it is about entering the name, address, etc. for them. So of course these things are basic, like how you want to add the phone number, name, text number, etc. What I'd like to draw your attention on is the second half of it, which is stage. So the stage of the client, which is like a lead, contacted, qualified, proposal, etc. That is mainly if you've enabled sales pipeline and FieldCam, then you can choose this stage of what this client is in. So when you choose that, then it will appear on the appropriate view in the sales pipeline. And then the second part of it is default job forms. So you created this checklist for your technicians to fill out on the field from the settings, but then for certain clients, you know that hey, these checklists are fixed for these clients. Then you are able to assign a certain checklist to a client. So whenever a new job is created, the same checklist will be propagated across all the jobs. Then the third part is adding address. Now, one of the frequent feedback we got from our early customers were, hey, the having only like primary billing business address is not enough. But let's say sometimes the Google auto suggest like address is not completely accurate, or it doesn't come at the right place, especially when there is like multiple houses on a same building. So how you can do that is there's a auto suggest right here from Google. So if you type something like Adamsville, then it will tell you anything based on your location. And then there's the advanced option where if you click on that, you can enter the address manually if you prefer all the details, or you can add the latitude or longitude. So if you want to be ultra specific, that's what you can add, or you can use the DMS location option to enter the DMS coordinates. And if you want to just pin something on a map, that is also an option. So you can drag and drop this pins, something I want in Chinatown, then I can just drag it there and it will be at that particular spot. You can zoom in, zoom out, of course. And once that is done, there is the notes field. So this is for the internal notes. So in case you want to take some notes, like for example whatever the client told you on the phone, that hey, we are interested in XYZ, or we have a dog, for example, so look out for the dog in backyard. You can note all these things down when you are creating a client. Once the client has been created, then they will be on the system. And if you click on any one of the clients, then the same things would be visible on the details tab, like the notes, address, everything. But then there are additionally few more tabs in the client card, which is activity, emails, files, and assets. Now let me explain to you what each of them means. So in the activity field, we will have a few different options. So there is jobs, there is events, and then if you have enabled the inbox features, for example, in this case, if you see, I have enabled like the inbox feature. So in the activity, I am able to see all the jobs by status, like what are the status of each jobs. Then I can see all the Google Calendar events if there's been any events for this client. Any to-dos that we have created for them will be visible right here, and the details of those to-dos. Any call history that we have with them, or any message history we have with them, everything would be visible inside right this pop-up. And then of course if you integrated Gmail, so all the Gmail emails from this client will be there in the third tab. The fourth tab is about file management. So you can do three things over here. You can upload your documents, PNG, PDF, Excel, anything. You can create folders and organize them, and either create notes. The notes is something, if you're like, hey, I want to take dimensions for the roof, for example, or the backyard, landscaping, etc., then you can note these things down. There's a AI note template generator, so in case you want to generate some templates, you can just ask it that, hey, make a template for this roofing dimensions, and it will create a template for you. And lastly, there is the assets tab, where you can see all the invoices and estimates that have been made for this client, all the products that have been used or installed at this client's house, which is connected to the inventory tracking feature of FieldCam, all the payment these guys have made for your business, cash, and if there's any incomplete partial payments, and all the checklists that have been filled out for this client will be also visible over here. And if you have the inbox which is activated, then you would be able to give them a call from right here. You can send them a text message from right here, and if you want to just do like create a job, invoice, estimate, or task, you can choose the action bar. So once all this is done, you have all the details, like their service logs, internal notes over here. You could create like documentation based notes, then communication history, so how have you called them, messaged them, etc. So the 360-degree view would be visible inside FieldCam's client card.